Nowhere Else to Go, Chapter 10, A Miraculous Ladybug Fanfiction. If you're new to this story or missed any of the previous chapters, you can find links in the description box below, or click on the card in the upper right corner for the playlist. Hope you enjoy the chapter. It was about 5 p.m. the same day and the sun was hot. Under the pretension that they were visiting the Louvre for a school project, Marinette and Adrien had decided not to wait any longer to pay the visit to Master Fu. Marinette folded the parasol they had been walking under, partly to hide and partly for the sun, and knocked on a familiar door. They'd chosen to go as their civilian selves, knowing that Ladybug and Cat Noir's whereabouts would surely be noticed and reported to the Lady Blog. Even though Gabriel no longer had a miraculous, he still had power in the world, and they wanted to keep the upper hand under the guise of secrecy.
Marinette, Adrien, come in.
Master Fu held the door open, ushering them inside. Adrien said a short phrase in Chinese, which Marinette didn't understand. Master Fu responded with another phrase, and Marinette looked between them questioningly.
He's my so-called Chinese tutor sometimes,
Adrien explained.
He's an excellent student,
Master Fu said with a twinkle in his eye as the two teenagers filed into the house. Master Fu knelt on the floor near his futon, beckoning Marinette and Adrien to join him.
I must say, I am surprised to see you together.
The way he said it was a question, and Marinette understood exactly what he was asking. Yes, I'm sorry, Master Fu, Marinette blurted out as the Kwamis came out of hiding, greeting Master Fu before floating off to join Wei's. She had been nervous about breaching this subject ever since they had decided to visit Master Fu, and felt the need to justify her decision. The way everything happened, we didn't have much of a choice. Please let us explain. Master Fu chuckled.
Don't worry, Marinette. Keeping your identity secret was a precaution, but if you had a good reason to reveal yourselves, then it's not my place to judge your actions.
From where the Kwamis had gathered, Tiki shot Marinette a knowing look. Relief washed over Marinette. That was one hurdle crossed, at least. Adrien cleared his throat, still getting over the cough.
Master Fu, what we came to talk to you about is, we know Hawkmoth's identity.
He placed the jewelry box on the floor in front of him.
And we have the butterfly miraculous.
Master Fu's eyes widened.
How did you get this? We had a close call today. I pulled it off him. Who is he? Gabriel Agreste.
Adrien looked down.
My father.
Master Fu's mouth fell open before his features hardened.
I can't say I am surprised. I never did let go of my suspicions from before. You knew? Why didn't you tell me?
Adrien said sharply.
Nothing was certain. For your own sake, it was best not to stir up trouble with baseless suspicions until solid evidence was found.
Adrien nodded, but Marinette could tell he was having a hard time accepting the words. She touched his fingers comfortingly under the table, and he curled his hand around hers as if it were life. If Master Fu noticed, he didn't acknowledge it.
Tell me everything, he prompted.
A somber air settled in the room. Adrien explained everything he had seen and heard in his father's office, and they both filled Master Fu in on the last Akuma battle with Aquarian. We know we have to turn him into the police, Marinette said. But how can we prove he's Hawkmoth? We took his miraculous, and there's no evidence. It'll be our word against his, and if he decides to deny everything, he might get away.
The butterflies he uses to make Akumas are real, Master Fu answered. You said you saw a portal opening in the floor? It could be where he keeps the butterflies.
Marinette was grateful that they had someone as experienced and wise as Master Fu to guide them. She felt like she and Adrien were way in over their heads. The idea of getting the police involved and putting someone behind bars was daunting. She nodded attentively as Master Fu continued.
We can ask Nuru to tell us everything he knows and report it to the police, including the code to open the portal. That information should give them enough reason to search the Agreste mansion. And after Queen Bee, the public is now aware that superpowers are granted by miraculous jewelry. Marinette, as Ladybug, you can testify about the battle at the aquarium and seeing Cat Noir remove the butterfly miraculous pin from Gabriel Agreste. And Adrien, You can testify to what you heard and saw in your father's office. 2 eyewitnesses and a tip to find more evidence should be enough to prompt an arrest and search."
He nodded, humming under his breath, eyes focused on nothing and brow furrowed in thought.
Yes, that would be best. Go to the police as Ladybug and Adrien."
Marinette chewed her lip, feeling uneasy. It didn't seem like a foolproof plan, but they didn't have any hard evidence. She regretted not taking a picture of Gabriel at the aquarium, but at the time she had been too shocked to react quickly, and when she had come to her senses, her first thought was Adrien's safety. "Stupid, stupid, stupid," she chastised herself. "Some ladybug you are."
Hawkmoth has endangered so many lives on a daily basis that any promising lead would spur the police into action.
Master Fu reassured his charges.
"There is no need to worry."
"Master Fu," Adrien said cautiously, "I have a question about the wish."
"Go ahead."
"What could happen if Hawkmoth had gotten our miraculouses and made his wish?" Master Fu grunted and stroked his beard.
"The universe is governed by balance. Every action has a reaction, and no wish can be granted for free. If he wished for power, another would become powerless. If he wished for a long life, another life would be shortened. A wish large and costly enough could throw the universe into irreversible chaos."
Right. Small wishes could be paid for easily. A little gain here, a little loss there. Marinette recalled the Robustus incident, when Master Fu had warned her that a successful wish for humanity might rob someone else of their humanity. But say someone wished to end all wars, where would the violence go? It wouldn't just disappear, it would go somewhere else. If someone wished for everyone to be filled with love, where would the hatred go? Marinette couldn't even imagine the repercussions, but she was filled with an ominous feeling as she began to fathom the extent of the power contained in the black cat and ladybug miraculouses. Coming out of her reverie, Marinette had a question of her own. "Master Fu, Adrien has been staying at my house as Cat Noir for the past week. It would be easier for my parents to help us if they knew his identity too. We're just minors after all. Can we tell them?" Master Fu shook his head.
"The more people know, the harder it is to contain a secret."
Marinette's face fell.
"The police station can call your parents to explain the situation and inform them that Adrien needs a place to stay until further arrangements are made. That way you can be honest about everything except his superhero identity."
"Won't it be suspicious if Cat Noir leaves and Adrien needs a place to stay the very next day?"
"Call it a pinch of miraculous magic that keeps civilians from catching on to such obvious clues,"
Master Fu said with a wink. Both teens nodded, a sense of relief loosening the atmosphere. Being able to be somewhat honest with Marinette's parents was a weight off their shoulders.
"Needless to say, identities need to remain a secret. Unless Mr. Agrest lets slip that Adrien is Cat Noir, both of you should keep your miraculous even after all is said and done." "Well then."
Master Fu picked up the jewelry box containing the butterfly miraculous and opened it.
"The Kwamis will be happy about Nuru's safe return."
At his words, Waze, Plag, and Tiki darted into the airspace, bouncing excitedly.
"Come out, Nuru,"
Master Fu called with a fond smile. The miraculous glowed purple and the little butterfly Kwami appeared in a burst of light. "Master Fu! In all the millennia of my existence, never have I been happier to see the guardian of the miraculous."
"I'm glad to see you too, Nuru. Welcome back."
Master Fu's eyes crinkled with joy as the other Kwami smothered Nuru with affection. Marinette couldn't help but smile as well. At least there was something positive that came out of this experience. Once the initial excitement of the reunion had died down, Master Fu called Nuru's name again. He had a pen and a small pad in hand. "Yes, Master," Nuru squeaked, hovering at attention.
"We need some information from you to provide to the police. Can you tell us what you know about Gabriel Agrest's activities as Hawkmoth?"
With that, Nuru began to tell them everything. Thank you for listening to Chapter 10 of Nowhere Else to Go. Let me know what you thought in the comments. The next part is coming soon, so don't forget to subscribe and click the bell for notifications so you don't miss it. Until next time!